This is a story of Dave and Sharon finally living their dreams of sailing to the Caribbean and beyond. Join us while we share our adventures from getting the boat ready and embarking on our cruising life.
All right, another project. Hopefully this is the last major one, which wasn't really major, too bad, but bow thrusters. I had a group 8D and a group 8D battery, and it's the last battery I have not replaced since I bought the boat, and it was pretty much dead. It was all puffing out on the sides, a big old AGM battery, and I decided instead to go with two 31M AGM batteries, and I now have a working bow thruster. It would work with the old Group D battery. However, it was pretty pitiful. It didn't move the boat at all. There's a bow thruster down in there. Yeah, it's a tunnel. And this one is a dual prop, two stainless steel props. So push and pull.
A super low tide and a super high tide where it was ankle deep. Ended up dog sitting another dog. They almost looked like twins.
Yeah, alcohol was involved.
We had a blast playing toilet paper games.
Got the control unit for the Victron charger inverter charger. And I had the battery. That one I had in. So now, the other thing is, I started on my phone, on the apps, I started plugging everything into a network, joined a network, and then I started doing some more reading and realized that certain things get controlled. They're smart. They're really smart. So I took it off, and I now have the two main controllers for the solar panels connected to the network. I have the shunt to this and this connected, and that has a temperature sensor on the battery bank, and then the Victron is connected, not here, but the Victron down there is connected to the Bluetooth. I'm trying to think if I have anything else. And then what I found out is they all talk to each other, and I just had to tell the chargers. I had to chart the controllers, the solar controllers. I had to tell them what type of batteries, give them information on the battery. And then come to find out, the controllers talk to each other. One decides who's going to be boss in the morning, and it starts. It controls the other one. And everything comes back to here and then to the Victron, and the Victron controls stuff, especially if you're on shore power like we are now. Right now the Victron's controlling everything as far as charging the battery, what it needs and stuff. And then once I go off from here, the Victron will still control stuff. It really comes through into here. And then those two controllers will talk to each other and decide how much power I need between the two of them, and they'll regulate that power all by themselves. The temperature gauge, all of the other units, the apps for all the other units picked up the temperature from that one temperature sensor on there. And so they use that for controlling the charging of the batteries, because if it gets too hot, you want to change the charging parameters. Really, really smart. All this Victron is very, very smart. Now I have the smaller controller that's going to go on a 150 watt flexible panel, and that's just for charging the 2 starting batteries. I have a voltage and temperature sensor Bluetooth on the Perkins, and then I picked one up that's going to go up on the bow thruster batteries that I just put in, so I can keep an eye on what's happening with that just from my phone. Wow, these things are really smart. I didn't realize they just picked everything up and started controlling. You know, they decide who's boss and who's going to control what. It works really well. Alright, so I got the bow thruster on now. We'll see what she does for drawing. Okay, and you can see she's moving a little. I got her tied up pretty tight, but oh yeah, she's never run that good before. Now that's good. Now I got a bow thruster. I show you my bell. Put a new bell up. But alright, so we're putting the bow thruster, here, come right in here. Bow thruster batteries had a charger that was way back there in the engine room, and it's an older charger, probably for lead acid. There's a Group D graphite battery in here that I had to replace, so I want to put in a new charger. I'm going to put in an Orion TR Smart 12 to 12. And it's Bluetooth, that's the smart, and that's going right there. And then I got to put a fuse, which I don't have with me right now, underneath, and then come around to here with the positive. I got to put a fuse into it right here. There is a fuse. Let's see if we can see that. And I'm going to replace that one. And I made up cables so I can run everything together back here. That's the power out. I can shorten that cable because I thought I was going to put, let's see, what we got here. I thought I was going to put the fuse in here, and so I made the cable go around, but this pulled out so it will fit over here, and so I just need a short here to here to the battery. Positive on this side. That will work. So we have our 3 AGM batteries now, and equal size cables. Positives coming in one side, negatives off the other side. Over here we have a shunt that's for the battery monitor for Victron. That's the old battery monitor box, which is disconnected. We come into a fuse right there, and a secondary fuse down here because the old charging came off from the battery bank in the back, and I have to keep them isolated. So I have a isolation charger right here. Actually, it's non-isolated because the negative required that it not be isolated. So it's a non-isolated, but this does isolate the positive when charging, and I can turn the charger on and off with my iPhone. So we have those 3 batteries, and then this is the same up here. Goes to that bow thruster, and that bow thruster needs to be rebuilt or replaced. It doesn't work very well. It's just an old unit. So we're gonna shrink wrap the ski nautique. Here she is, our little baby. She's going to storage right where she belongs, behind our car. I built a rack for hold the windshield up because the guy shrink wrapping said he wanted that, and I have a fan on one of the exhaust hoses, which is disconnected, and I'm going to put a solar panel over there. See if I can remember to video it. Lift this up, and then it should ventilate when it's hot. The fan, I used a RV refrigerator fan, 12 volt, that kicks on at 100 degrees. So when this baby's sitting there in the Florida sun, when it gets hot under there, it will kick on using the solar. So here's the wrap job. And she got tested this morning and last night.
It's like it doesn't hold any water.
Yeah. He said to he said that I should tilt the trailer up so it all runs down off. And I just finished putting solar on, strapping. Well, yeah, strap. Here's Tony's place. A whopping 5 acres right in the middle of where everybody else has got, what, 300 square feet? So now I think we're going to put the boat cover right on top of this, and we'll go tilt her up over under the trees. So she's in her resting place, and you can see we covered her with the other cover as well. Raised the front way up. Dan, who covered the boat with the shrink wrap, suggested we do that and run the water off. So we've got her covered. Tony will keep an eye on the rudder, make sure she doesn't sink down in. He'll just lower it a little if need be. There's my solar. And believe me, with this blue cover, it will get hot enough plenty of times to run that solar if the fan kicks on at 100 degrees. And we've got down in here, we've got that's actually copper dish scrapers there, pan scrapers there and there. Keep the bugs out. We got a whole bag of mothballs in each one, and we've got I did ant traps in there and ant spray. That will last for a while anyway. And the fan is on this one. They're disconnected, or I never connected them up from rebuilding the engine. So the fan either draws in or out there. I don't know. Don't really care. And that's the vent on that side. No really big limbs, like these low-hanging limbs that tend to drop off on high winds, but it's fairly out in the open, a little bit under the trees. And that's where the ski nautique will live while we go off sailing.
We want to say thank you to all of our viewers who have subscribed and commented. We appreciate your support and feedback. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. This really helps us build our channel up so we can keep bringing you more videos.